Hello student, my name is Snupi and I am your social science teacher. So today I am going to teach you the natural vegetation and wildlife. Okay, in previous video I have already taught you the natural vegetation and wildlife. Okay, we have covered many topics. For example, natural vegetation, what is natural vegetation, what is wildlife and what is virgin vegetation. So today we are going to re-continue our topic, the natural vegetation and wildlife. Today's our topic is the importance of forest. So you all know a forest play a very significant and important role. But if we will talk about India's natural vegetation has gone and many changes, okay, such as the growing demand of cultivation. Okay, so now understand what is the growing demand of cultivated land. Nowadays people are taking land to cultivate agriculture. Hope you all know this. Now, development of industries and mining. Okay, development of industries and mining. You all know that nowadays people are taking land to develop industries, school and many business purposes like mining also. Okay, so factories, they are making factories, industries, and the industries and factories are releasing a many chemical which is very harmful for us, our natural vegetation, to our atmosphere and our wildlife. Okay, now number 3, urbanization and overgrazing of pastures. Nowadays people are doing overgrazing, okay, overgrazing of pastures. Now our next topic is changes in the vegetation. There are many changes in our natural vegetations. Okay, the vegetations cover all over India in very large part in no more natural in real sense, right? There is no real sense is there in our natural vegetation, because I have already told you in previous video that natural vegetation is directly refers to our plant community, and virgin vegetation means it is not introduced by human, okay, and which is not grown by human aid, okay, that is grown by automatically. Okay, nowadays natural vegetation is growing by human aid. Okay, we are doing deforestation for land. Now a question arises here. Vegetation covers all over India, but in large part is no more natural in real sense. Okay, but why? India's natural vegetation is no more real sense because except some incredible reason like Himalayas, hilly regions of central India and the Marusthali. Okay, now here comes the word ecosystem. Now what is ecosystem? The system created when all plants and animals living in an area and interact together with their surroundings. Surrounding means our natural vegetation, our wildlife and our climatic conditions. Okay, now here in your textbook, here are word is given. Okay, that is biome. That is also ecosystem. Okay, ecosystem's nickname is biome. Okay, a larger ecosystem on land having distinct type of vegetation and wildlife, that is known as biome. Okay, human beings are an incredible part of our ecosystem by certain reasons, okay, related to like needs and impacts. Now, types of vegetation. In the starting of our chapter, I have already told you what is the meaning of vegetation. Okay, vegetation means it directly refers to our plant community. Okay, it depends on many factors like climatic conditions, soil or fertilizing of soil and relief and so on. Okay, now according to these factors, the vegetation also varies all over our country. Now we will see that the major types of vegetation which differs in our country. Okay, number 1 is tropical evergreen forest. Number 2, tropical deciduous forest. And number 3, tropical thorn forest and scrubs. And number 4, mountain forest. And number 5, mangrove forest. Now, I will explain you these 5 kinds of forest and their characteristics. Okay. Now, tropical evergreen forest. Now, tropical evergreen forest means this forest lies in tropical area and this is evergreen because of the heavy rainfall. Now, these are the characteristics of tropical evergreen forest. First of all, rainfall. Okay, in this area heavy rainfall occurs and about having more than 200 centimeter of rainfall. Okay. Now, heights of tree. The height of tree is very great in height, like 60 meters and more than 60 meter, with multi-layered structure of trees, shrubs. Now, here number 3, leaf shading time period. There is no defined time for shading leaves of trees. Now, in animals, there are elephant, monkeys and one-horned rhinos, or plenty of birds and snails are there in tropical evergreen forest. Now, number 5, trees. There are rosewood, rubber, ebony and so on trees are there in tropical evergreen forest. Now, areas in India. Okay, there are tropical areas in India lies in Western Ghat, eastern coastal areas and northeast states. Okay, now tropical deciduous forest. This forest is divided into two major parts, and that is moist deciduous and dry deciduous. Okay, based on the water availability. Most widespread forest of India. Okay, and also known as monsoon forest. Now we will see the characteristics of tropical deciduous forest. These are the characteristics of tropical deciduous forest. Now number 1, rainfall. Rainfall duration between 200 centimeter to 70 centimeter. In moist deciduous forest, there are between 100 centimeter to 200 centimeter because of more water availability. Okay, now in dry deciduous forest, between 70 centimeter to 200 centimeter. Okay, now number 2, moist deciduous forest lies in our country in northeast state. Okay, NE means northeast state, on the foothills of Himalayas, in Jharkhand, in West Odisha. Okay, here W is west, means west or western Odisha, in Chhattisgarh and eastern slopes of Western Ghats. Here E is there, means eastern slope of W means western Ghats. Okay, now dry deciduous forest. This dry deciduous forest is rainy parts of peninsular plateau. Okay, peninsular plateau and plains of Bihar and UP means Uttar Pradesh. In moist deciduous, there are bamboo trees, sal trees, sandalwood, kusum, arjun and so on. Okay, in dry deciduous, sal tree, peepal tree, neem tree, which are used for agriculture also. Okay, now leaf shedding time period, duration of during summer season, and last is animals. Okay, there are lion, tigers, okay, pig and variety of birds are there, and lizard, snakes, rats are also there. Now tropical thorn forest and scrub. In this forest there is very low vegetation and there are thorny trees and bushes are there. Okay, vegetation is very much adaptive to the area. The trees are having long roots. The streams are succulent to conserve water. And number 3, leaves are mostly thick and small. Now we will see the characteristics of tropical thorn forest and scrub. These are the characteristics of tropical thorn forest and scrubs. Okay, now number 1, rainfall. Rainfall occurs in this area less than 70 centimeter. Okay, now area. Northwestern part of our country. Okay, NW means northwestern part, including the seminar area of Gujarat, Rajasthan, MP means Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, UP means Uttar Pradesh and Haryana. Now, trees. There are plum trees, cacti and many more trees are there. Okay. Now animals. There are lion, tiger, rats, horse, camels, rabbits, wolves and many more animals are there in tropical thorn forest and scrubs. Now mountain forest. in this mountain area, increasing in altitude and decreasing in the temperature. We all know that when we are going to in a high altitude, then the temperature is going to decrease, and if we are going to a low altitude, then the temperature will increase. Now, on the basis of height and vegetation, it can be divided into these three groups. Okay, the wet temperate forest about the height of 1000 to 2000 meters. Okay, now the temperate forest is about the height of 1500 to 3000 meters. Okay, now alpine vegetation about 3600 meter. 3600 meter means 3600 meter. Now this three I will explain you one by one in details. Okay, first of all, you must take the screenshot of this because it's going to help you in your examination. Okay, now we are going to study about wet temperate forest. Number one, found between a height of 1000 and 2000 meters. I have already told you. Okay, number two, evergreen broadleaves tree like oaks and cashew nuts are found here. And number three, found on low hills like shivaliks. Okay, now temperate forest. Okay, number one, these types of forests are found between a height of 1500 means 1500 and 3000 meter. Okay, now number two, trees such as pine, deodar, silver fir and cedar, which are corny forests, are found here in this. Okay, temperate forest. Now number three, southern slope of Himalayas, high altitude of south. Okay, it means the temperature will be decreasing. In India, and NE means northeastern part have this types of vegetation. Okay, now you must take the screenshot of this and make a note. Now alpine vegetation. Okay, now alpine vegetation found in 3600 meters above the sea level. Okay, this is the height. 3600 means 3600 meters, and this both temperate vegetation and grassland make up the alpine vegetation. Okay, make up the alpine vegetation. Now silver fir, juniper, pines and birches are some of the common trees in the alpine vegetation. Okay, now they get progressively stunned near snowline. Okay, now what is near snowline? What does it mean? It means through shrubs and scrubs they merge into the alpine grassland. Okay, they merge into the alpine grassland. Merge means it going to mix. Okay, this two vegetation is going to mix and make a alpine vegetation or grassland. Now alpine grasslands, this grassland used by guzaras and bakarwals for grazing. At higher altitude, mosses and lichens formed a part of tundra vegetation. Now alpine grassland, what is this? This grassland used by Gujars and Bakarwals for grazing. Okay, now what is Gujars and Bakarwals? They are the tribal people of the tribal areas. Okay, they are using alpine grassland for the agriculture purpose, and they are putting in the ground the alpine grassland for the herding. Okay, now what is grazing? Grazing, this is a process of agriculture. Now at higher altitude, mosses and lichens formed a part of tundra vegetation. Now what is mosses and lichens? Mosses and lichens are normally found in rainy season. Okay, the color of mosses and lichens are green in color and it is very slippery. Hope you all know that. Okay, now this is formed a part of a tundra vegetation. Now what is tundra vegetation? Tundra means it is very extremely cold climate. Okay, that makes an extremely cold vegetation also. That's why it is called a tundra vegetation. Now mangrove forest. The tidal forest in the areas of coast influenced by tides. Tides, the meaning of tides is the rise and fall of ocean waters. Okay, now the vegetation found in the area with mud and silt. Silt means the mixture of rocks and sand. Root of mangrove trees and submerged underwater. Okay, now submerged underwater. Now found on the delta of rivers such as the Ganga, the Mahanadi, the Krishna, the Godavari and the Kaveri. In mangrove forest found on the deltaic of rivers such as the Ganga, the Mahanadi, the Kaveri, the Godavari and the Krishna. Now Sundarban Delta. Why this is called Sundarban Delta? Because of Sundari trees are found here, that's why it is called Sundarban Delta. Now delta formed on the mouth of Ganga and Brahmaputra, and where the Ganga and Brahmaputra is merged in Bangladesh, it is also known as Meghna. Okay, it is also known as Meghna. Now Sundari trees are found here with durable hard timbers. Timbers means a type of wood. Okay, now trees such as plum means taad ka ped, and coconut means nariyal ka ped, and kerau means kevda ka ped. Okay, also grow in some parts of delta, not every parts of Sundarban Delta. Now animals such as Royal Bengal tiger, okay, animals such as Royal Bengal tiger, turtles, crocodiles and snakes. Okay, now we will learn more about plants in our next video lessons. Now, thank you and take care.